I'm going to share with you the same team meeting slides that I shared at the meeting last week. And we had 5 really, really talented students come today. And we were really happy, and we look forward to starting having another team form at QCRA using these students. And I hope that more students will join them. And we started a sister team last year, and I hope we will do the same this year. So let me start by telling you a little bit about FTC, QCRA, and FIRST Robotics in general. So I'm going to share with you my presentation. My slides are over there. So, okay. So I'm going to tell you about what QCRA is. I'm going to tell you about another event going on in QCRA. Can everybody see the presentation?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you, Grishma, is that right? Thank you.
Yes, I'm Grishma.
Grishma. Thank you very much, Grishma, for letting me know. I just like to know what's being done. So the agenda is what is QCRA, some sneak peek at the Space Apps Challenge that's coming up at QCRA. What is FIRST Robotics? What is FTC, which is what my team does and what I'm trying to form another team of right now. And what does it take to form that team in my past experience? For everyone, it's different. And usually we would break into groups and exchange information. But what I'm going to say is if you are ready to join on this FTC team, just come next Sunday, 11:30 QCRA, and we're going to make this happen. So we'll just keep going. So Queen City Robotics Alliance, that's QCRA 2102 Cambridge Belt Parkway. It's a place where we get together to do robotics. Its mission is to further STEM in the Charlotte community. One thing that I want to point out about FIRST and about Queen City Robotics Alliance is that we are all volunteers. So if your email, and most of us, including myself, have day jobs. So please be patient with us. If you send an email or you don't get a response back right away, or you have to email us twice, it's really, we're doing the best we can. I had 100 people sign up for the team forming event 2 weeks ago, and I'm trying to kind of work through and make sure that I get this information to everybody who's interested in joining teams, and do the best I can at helping people get to where they're supposed to be. So just a little bit of patience and grace, and I apologize if you had to ping me twice. The why robotics team at QCRA is the resources that QCRA brings to the table are a place to meet with air conditioning, a place to leave your things, and then also they have a full machine shop. They've got a laser cutter and a CNC, not a laser cutter, CNC machine and a 3D printer. And we do have a laser cutter, and we have a laser cutter as well. This is Colin.
Hello.
Oh, I don't know how to.
It blurs.
It blurs. There's Colin.
Hello.
He's our team captain of the Taco Terminators, and he's been doing FTC for 5 years now. And FRC he did for 2 seasons. So he'll be happy to answer some questions later as well. The other thing that QCRA has is the fields. A FTC field, as you saw in the video, is about, I don't know, 12 feet by 12 feet. And then you have to buy the game pieces that go inside of it. And so it's really nice to have a place that you can go and have a practice field. They also have all the machine shop down at the end. You can cut aluminum, wood, all those things. And there's always other teams around and mentors to help you build your team, which is really, really important. So you're like, hey, wait, I don't understand. Why is this not working? How do you code this? How does this sensor work? There's lots of people around to help you. The sister team will probably meet at the same time that we do, which will really help out with questions and answers. We started a sister team last year, and unfortunately, they are full still. So fortunately and unfortunately, fortunately, because we're super happy, their entire team came back, and they are still coming this year. And unfortunately, because we need to start another one. So, but it's all great, and it's really wonderful. Okay. When you're a part of QCRA, we do expect that you, because it's a volunteer-run organization, pick up your trash, help other people, just try to help out. Remember that it's a community. We are a community of people who want to do robotics, but because it's all volunteer, we have to help each other. When you join the QCRA, you join as a team. We don't have individual memberships. It's not like, each of us pays to be there. We pay as a team to rent our space. But it also takes that we all help out. If there's no toilet paper in the bathroom, go get some out of the closet, just little things like that. Just help out, be considerate, book your space so other people know when you're coming. Okay, if you have questions about QCRA, the contact information is here. And I can send out this presentation afterwards. This is the NASA Space Apps competition is coming up. We're doing that in October. This is it's for all ages, but really probably for juniors through adults. I don't know a ton about it, but I know that they're taking registrations now to form teams. It's a hackathon and there's a ton of challenges. It's not just like they give you one question and everybody answers it. There's actually quite a few different challenges that you can choose to work on. My understanding is that we're going to have some people there to help, but more or less it's people kind of getting together to solve problems. So it should be a really exciting event. And there's the QR code if you're interested in learning more about it. This year's topic is solar, is my understanding, or it's the sun. So I think I'm pulling out of that it's solar, but the sun touches everything and that will be held at QCRA. It's a 2-day event. It's a hackathon. It should be really exciting. We've been chosen to host it, and this is our first time. We're very excited. But the NASA hackathon's been going on for a while, but maybe not in Charlotte. So then I'm going to talk a little bit about what is FIRST. So FIRST is a nonprofit that's solely about teaching STEM, bringing STEM to young people everywhere. And the way that they're doing it is by creating robotics teams to get kids involved. So it's like, think sports, but sports using robotics. So like you just saw our competition. So the reason how to get these kids excited about doing STEM and learning CAD and learning blocks and learning Java, learning programming, learning how to be on a team, learning marketing, learning how to talk to people, learning how to talk to adults, how to go out and fundraise, how to do all sorts of things, how to design a t-shirt, how to put together a presentation. During our competitions, we don't just run the robots. We also, as a team, the kids go in and there is judging. So they take their portfolio, which is like a 15-slide summary of what they've done this year. And they take it and they present to the judges and they talk about it. And then the judges ask them questions. This is an excellent opportunity for children to learn, or students to learn how to express themselves, how to talk to adults, how to work as a team. There's 10 of you, who answers what, how do you decide that ahead of time? It's just a really amazing opportunity. It's about gracious professionalism, which you saw there. Gracious professionalism is about how do you work with someone? How do you get your point across and still be polite? How do you work together? Because the way that they have those 2-on-2 teams, it creates what we call cooperation. So you're cooperating, but you're also competing because you're on these teams together. And then on the next round, you could be like, and these two are now together. So when these kids walk into the pit in the very beginning of the competition and Joey's team says, oh my gosh, my robot's not working, every team in that pit, everywhere is going to come running to Joey's team and try to fix that bot because they could be your partner for any match. You don't know which match. So you got to make sure that everybody's bot is working as well as possible. So it's about building people to be good humans. So there's 3 different parts of FIRST. There's teams that go from kindergarten all the way through 8th. And then there's FTC, which is where we are, which is 7th grade through high school. And then there's FRC robots, which we actually are fortunate enough to have at the space, which are mainly high schoolers that you can't they don't take anyone younger than high school. They're a larger bot. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about each one. So here's the first Lego League. It's K through 6, and you can see there they use an EV3 Spike Prime. It's a Lego bot. I don't have it next to me right now, but you can see it on the presentation. It's they use blocks to program it. It's a fantastic, and they're doing the same thing, trying to build young people into good humans and enjoying STEM, robotics, and all the business aspects around that. K through 6. We do have some teams at QCRA. I don't necessarily have any that people can join, but I definitely can help you form a team at QCRA using there. I can give you the contacts to form a team of your own. Takes like 5 people or more probably, and it's a great experience. Mainly K through 6. So first tech, that's what we do. 7th through 12th grade. Our team's mainly high schoolers, but we have a couple of 8th graders. But the new team that's forming will be everybody and anybody, 7th through 12th. And this is another season competition where we were throwing rings in the baskets, and it was kind of fun because we got to the wobbles. We got to throw those outside, and that was really exciting. Although I have to say the bot that's on this picture looks like an FRC bot to me, but the next one would be FRC, and you can see that the FRC is on like a basketball court size field, and it's high school only. They use pneumatics, but it's the same Java programming, just more of it than FTC. So a lot of the kids will decide that they want to go on and go to FRC, and then there's kids that like to do both. I think of it as like small business, big business. Like FTC, there's only like between 5 and 15 of you. So you have the opportunity to do coding, you have the opportunity to do building, you have the opportunity to do CAD. You are definitely, everybody kind of has to do a little bit of everything, and everybody has to help out. And then once you move to FRC, not so much. Now you're much more, you're like, okay, I'm really into coding, I'm really going to focus there. Okay, I'm really into building, I'm really going to focus there. Okay, I'm really into wiring, I'm really going to focus there. So it's a little bit more like that kind of big business. I'm really into business, I'm going to focus there, or outreach or training or whatever it is that you really are into. That said, any team you join, everybody's working on talking to people, helping out, and growing other teams. So, I guess I kind of talked a little bit about what is FTC. So, FTC is that 18-inch by 18-inch bot. So it can't be any bigger than that than the cube. It's about working together to build this robot. Once you know what the challenge is, you got to talk to everybody. Okay, what do you want to do? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? And then you have to come to a consensus on what you're going to try. Then we start prototyping. Then we start to figure out, okay, what worked, what didn't work, what are we going to go with? How are we going to do it? Who's going to do what? It's really, really exciting and a bunch of fun. The one thing I'll say is that all the resources to do everything is on the first website. There is a game manual for everything. There is game manuals even for like making a home kit, and there's like, yeah, I mean, there is nothing without instructions. There's so much support. You just sometimes need a little point of pointers to get there, but tons and tons of support to get there. So when I started, I didn't know much about FTC. The sister team that we started last year, the coach on that one, zero knowledge of FTC, zero knowledge of robotics. I think she works in finance. And her team did great, and they really jumped on it. They got really excited about it. And all it is us. The future is not us teaching the kids directly. The future is the kids seeing the resources and us pointing them to those resources and them teaching themselves. So we show them where the videos are, we show them where the stuff is, but it's up to them to take the initiative. What we're looking for and what we're hoping to develop is kids that would like to do something even more than they'd like to go and game on their computers. So this is really, really good stuff, and it's really, really fun. Our team works between 7 to 10 hours a week when the season is on. I think of this as like what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So if you want to be on a basketball team and you only show up at that basketball practice for 2 hours a week, are you going to be a good basketball player? you know, you get out what you put in, right? So I really like to say that some of the work can be at home. A lot of the work actually you can do at home, learning, designing, doing your CAD at home. Most of the resources that are out there you can do at home. There's FTC Sim, there's the Onshape is online in the cloud for FTC. And that's wonderful. But then you have to come in together to build that robot to work as a team. Most of us have either Discord or Slack for communication on our teams. My team uses WhatsApp for the parents to chat and Discord for the kids. Every team that forms has to have 2 parents that are willing to sign on the dotted line saying that they will represent the team. But I'll tell you that every parent on my team helps out in some way, whether it's ordering the pizza for something, whether it's filling in when other parents are on vacation, whether it's, getting the t-shirts, if it's helping with programming. We have some parents that are, have programming backgrounds and they've come in and help with that, or maybe design process or marketing, lots of, whatever it is, different parents coming in to share their knowledge and just help point the kids to where they need to be. And, and in general, especially if they're younger, to help keep them on task. This is not babysitting. This is us working together to find, to help our kids develop skills that they'll be able to use in the workforce later, especially STEM skills, and to have a great time while we're doing it. The other wonderful thing about QCRA is that it's a 501c3. It's a nonprofit. So if your team does fundraising, they can fundraise using the QCRA EIN, and those dollars can come back to help their team form and continue learning STEM, which is awesome and amazing. A lot of people working at banks and things like that have volunteer matching hours and things like that. It's really, really wonderful. Teams themselves decide how they want to cover their costs. So a little bit about the season and the calendar. It starts very soon. Kickoff will be around the 7th, I think I said. It's up at NCA&T. Gracious to them for having us and for having the big kickoff. It's really, really fun. There's a bunch of learning sessions during the day, and kids break up and our teammates go and parents go to all these different sessions and learn about either CAD or how to start a team, rookie coach, the instructional section, linear actuators, what's that, all sorts of great opportunities for students and parents to learn about FTC before the season starts. And then it culminates at the end with them releasing the challenge and then unveiling the fields, and then everybody runs down and the wonderful refs are there, and the kids ask questions. Can I lift the cone? Can I throw the ring? Can I go under this? Can I go over that? And so it's really a neat thing. And then after that, by January, they'll start the qualifiers. They'll usually be between 2 or 3 qualifiers that you'll sign up to. That's where you actually have the competition. And then some teams will advance to states, and there'll be one more, I think, in the end of February or something like that. But it is a fantastic and very, very fun season. States or no states, it's a blast. Sometimes there's even some scrimmages around town. It's just a lot of fun. So here's a sample budget of what our team put together. $3,000 as a team for the QCRA membership, which is cheaper than you can get a storage unit. Parts around $2,000. Team registration, the qualifiers are like $100, and you can do, like I said, you can do fundraising and fundraisers and sponsors. And there's actually rookie grants that you can get to start your teams right from FTC. And I'm not sure, but I think they're $500, or maybe they cover your first time equipment. That I'm not absolutely positive of, but I've heard they're great, and really it's a nice bump and kick. And it's cheaper than team sports and like 1/3 of the cost of club sports. So I really think it's worth it. So commitment to the team, like I said, maybe 7 to 10 hours of per week in the season. If you really want to get into it, it's just about how excited are you about it, or is your student really? And off season, we meet like eight hours a month, not too much. but in mid-season, it starts to heat up a little bit like now. And then once the competition goes in, we meet a lot, but our kids are older and they really, really enjoy it. They eat, drink, sleep it. So, you know, but everybody's different. It didn't start out that way. They started out, you know, meeting, you know, a couple times a week. And that said, some kids meet more than others, and some kids do a lot of work on their own. Some kids work a lot on the portfolio and the layout and the design of our presentations, and some people write the scripts. And so not everybody has to be there all the time, but you have to have communication on how you're going to do it. Then I just have a bunch of resources for everybody on like that you can find out more about first, or, you know, robotics and things like that. So that is my presentation. We will be at QCRA again next week, and at 11:30 is when we're opening it up for people to come in.